you finish the paper, now you don't have to sit down and relax. You have to check whether what you did is correct, so that if you are not correct, you know the necessary steps to do. If you know you have not performed well, it's now time to start preparing. If you do well, then congratulations. Now, let's look at how we can solve this. This is question 9. So we have 16. If 16 to the power n is equal to a cube root of 2 to the power 2. We should find the value of n. Now note that this cannot cancel this because this is a cubic root, this is a square. So the first thing we do is to write both of them as 2 raised to a certain number. So we can have 2 raised to the power 4 here, will give us 16. Times the m, which is already there, is equal to this one is 2 raised to the power 2 times 1 over 3, which is already there. A cubic root can be written as 1 over 3. Now, this is the same as 2 to the power 4n is equal to 2 to the power 2 times 1 over 3 will give us 2 over 3. Now the bases are the same, so the exponents are also the same. So we have 4n is equal to 2 over 3. So multiply both sides by 1 over 4. So 1 over 4 times 4n is equal to 2 over 3 times 1 over 4. So we simplify. So we know 4 goes into 4, then 2 also goes 4 2 times. So we are left with n is equal to 3 times 2 give us 6, and this is 1 times 1 give us 1, so 1 over 6. Now let's look at the b part. The perimeter of a square and a rectangle is the same, so we need to draw a diagram. So this is a square, this is our square. A square looks like a rectangle, but this is our square over here. Now we have the rectangle 2 over here. So this is a rectangle. Now we are told that the perimeter of a square and a rectangle is the same. The width of the rectangle is 6 centimeters and its area is 60 centimeters squared, less than the area of the square. Now note that we're not told anything about the size. The only thing we know about the size of the rectangle is that the width is 6. So this width is equal to 6 centimeters. By the length, we're not told anything about the length. So we can say this length is L centimeters. Now I know that the mistake most students do is to use the length here to be the same as the length here. So note that the length of the square is not the same as the length of the rectangle. So this is the length of the square, and this is the length of the rectangle, which is small l. So let me draw the rectangle, the square here. So this is my square. So, and this is my rectangle. Now, we're told that the perimeter of the square and the rectangle are the same. The width of the rectangle is 6 centimeters. So width is equal to 6 centimeters. Now we don't know the length, but we're told that the area is 16 centimeters square less than the area of the square. So we can choose small l to be the length of the rectangle, and capital L to be the length of the square. Note that this is what most students will do. This is a mistake suggesting, or I think most students will be committing. They will think that the length of the square is the same as the length of the rectangle. It is not true, because we are not told anything like that. The only thing we're told is that their perimeter are the same. So we know the perimeter of the square is equal to 4l. 4, that is 4 times the capital L. And the perimeter of the rectangle is 2 times small l plus 2 times the width, which is w. So we're given that the width is 6 centimeters, so the perimeter is 2 times small l plus 2 times 6. So this will give us 2 times small l plus 12. So that's the perimeter of the rectangle. Now we're told that the perimeter is the same. Perimeter is the same. So we have 4l. 4l is equal to 2l plus 12. 2 times small l plus 12. So you can simplify this further to obtain dividing through by 4. So when you divide 2 by 4, you are going to get our capital L to be equal to 1 over 2 and small l plus 3. So let's call this our equation 1. Now again, we're told that the area of the rectangle is 60 centimeters less than the area of the square. So let's find the area of each of them. So we are talking about area now. We talked about the perimeter already. So area of the square. So the square will have area to be equal to L square, as capital L square. Then the rectangle will have area to be equal to length times width. length times width, which is equal to 6L. 6L. Now, the relationship between the area. So the relation between the area, the two areas. Let's establish the relation. We're told that the area of the rectangle is 16 centimeters less than the area of the square. So if we add 16 centimeters to the area of the rectangle, we'll get the area of the square. Or if we subtract 60 centimeters from the area of the square, we get the area of the rectangle. So the relation is that L squared is equal to area of the rectangle, which is L times W, which is 16L at 6L, then plus 16. Now, let's call this equation 2. So we have two equations now, equation 1 and equation 2. So let's put, we're going to solve these equations simultaneously. So when we put equation 2, equation 1 and equation 2, we're going to obtain this. So whenever we see capital L, we put 1 over 2L plus 3. So we're going to get 1 over 2L plus 3 all squared is equal to 6L plus 16. Now let's expand this. If we expand this, we are going to get L squared over 4 plus 2 times L over 2 times and this 3 over here, then plus 3 squared is equal to 6L plus 16. Now let's simplify this. But now we are going to get L squared over 4, then plus 3L then plus 9 is equal to 6L plus 16. So we can simplify this further. So we had L squared, small L squared over 4 plus 3L plus 9 is equal to 6L plus 16. So what we can do here is to group like them. So we have L squared over 4 plus 3L minus 6L, then plus 9 minus 16 is equal to 0. So further simplification give L squared over 4, then minus 3L and this will give us minus 7 is equal to 0. So multiply through by 4, so you're going to get L squared minus 4 times 2 will give us 12L, then minus 4 times 7 will give us negative 28 is equal to 0. So Now you factor this side to get L plus 2 times L minus 2. L minus 2. So we are going to get as L minus 14 is equal to 0. So the factors of 28 that if you add you get negative 12, and you multiply you get negative 28 is 2 and negative 14, because 2 minus 14 will give us negative 12, and 2 times negative 14 will give us negative 28. So that is why you factor to get this. So this implies that L is either equal to negative 2 or L is equal to 14. But we know L is a length, so the length is going to give us positive value, which is 14, because length can never be negative, so the answer is 14, and the length is equal to 40 centimeters. That is the length of the rectangle. Now you know that the length of the square is equal to 1 over 2 times the length of the rectangle, which is 14, plus 3. So when you simplify this, you are going to get 7 plus 3, which is equal to 10 centimeters. Now we are supposed to find the area of the square. So the area of the square, area of the square is equal to 10 squared, and this will give us 100 centimeters squared. Now you can check that you are correct by checking for the area of the rectangle. So the rectangle was 6 by 40. 6 by 40. So 6, 4, that will give us 6, 4, 24. So we have 4 here, and the 2, then 6, 1, 6. So we are going to get 84. So the area of the rectangle is 84, and the area of the square is 100. 100 minus 16 becomes 84. So that is right. Now, before we continue, I would like to tell you about a product. If you are preparing for the Wassce, you can order the DVD. I have a DVD that teaches you, prepares you very well for the Wassce on core mathematics. For now, I'm now preparing the DVD, that of elective mathematics. Then also there's a link in the video description below, or the link that is appearing over here. You can click it to take you to a site where you can download all the solutions to the other questions in a PDF format. Now this is question 12. So using scales of 2 centimeters, 2 units on both axes, draw on a sheet of graph paper 2 perpendicular axes, OX and OY, for the intervals negative 10 to positive 10 and negative 10 to positive 10 for Y. Now, given points E3 to F negative 1, 5 and vectors Fg 1, 3, GH 3, negative 1. Find the coordinates of the points G and H. So let's do the B. We know that from vectors we have vector Fg. Vector Fg will be equal to OG minus OF. So we can sub in these values. So Fg is 1, 3 and OG we don't know. Minus OF. We can write this as a position vector, which is negative 1, 5. So you know 1, 3 plus negative 1, 5 will be equal to OG. So you know this will give us 1 plus negative 1 and 3 plus 5. Is equal to OG. So we have 0, 8 is equal to OG. So we can say that the coordinates of G are 0, 8. So let me write it here. G has coordinate 0, 8. So G has coordinate 0, 8. And let's work for the H2. So we know vector GH is equal to OH minus OG. So GH is 3, negative 1. Then OH is equal to OH, we don't know it. Now OH we don't know. So minus OG, which is 0, 8. So it becomes 3, negative 1. So we have 3, negative 1 plus 0, 8. 3, negative 1 plus 0, 8 is equal to OH, vector OH. So now vector OH will be equal to 3 plus 0, and the y coordinates will be negative 1 plus 8. Then we can simplify this further to obtain 3, 7. So H is having coordinates 3, 7. 8 is having coordinates 3, 7. 3, 7. So the question was asking us to plot all these. Question was asking us to plot E, F, G, H. So we can do that. We finish with the first part. Now we can now draw on the same graph sheet indicating the coordinates of the vertices of the triangle. We've done the first part already. I know all of you can do that. Then the C part is you should draw the quadrilateral E, F, G, H, indicating all the coordinates. Then also we should also draw the image triangle E1, F1, G1, H1 of triangle of quadrilateral EFGH under the anticlockwise rotation of 90 degrees about the origin. So I want us to do that one now before we plot all of them together. So let's do that. So you know that the mapping for anticlockwise rotation to the 90 degrees is that XY will map onto negative y, negative yx, negative yx. Then also, so if you have the point E with coordinate 3, 2, and before that we know that the G was having 0, 8 coordinate, 0, 8 coordinate. Then the H was having the coordinate 3, 7. So if you have E with coordinate 3, 2, E with coordinate 3, 2 will map onto the coordinate negative 2, 3, negative 2, 3. So that is E will map onto E1. E will map onto E1. Then F with coordinate negative 1, 5 will map onto F1 with coordinate negative 5, negative 1. Then we have our G with coordinate 0, 8. So this will map onto G1 with coordinate negative 8, 0. Then we have H with coordinate 3, 7. This will map onto H1 which is negative 7, 3. Now we are done with this, so what we need to do now is to plot all of them on the same graph sheet. So let's do that now. So we have the points over here. We have E with coordinates, then we have H with coordinates, then we have G with coordinates 0, 8, then we have F with the coordinates negative 1, 5. With that coordinate negative 1, 5. So we have their image, the image plotted over here nicely. So we have the image plotted over here nicely. Now this is how it will look like. So let's look at the next question, which says the side E1 F1 of the quadrilateral E1 F1 G1 H1 cuts the x-axis at the point P. Calculate correct to 1 decimal place the area of E1 H1 G1 P. So you're calculating the area. Of this. So that is where the line intersected the x-axis. So it has coordinate negative 4.250. Negative 4.250. Negative 4.250.
Now you're supposed to calculate the area of this shape. Calculate the area of this shape, which is quadrilateral E1, G1, H1P, and that quadrilateral is a trapezium. So area of a trapezium, area of a trapezium, area of a trapezium. You know the area of a trapezium is equal to half times the sum of parallel sides times the perpendicular height. Half times sum of parallel sides times the perpendicular height. So half times H1 E1 absolute value plus the other side is G1 P, then plus the vertical height, which is, let's call this one N. So the vertical height is H1N. H1N. It's not H1N1 influenza, but H1N. So now you have 1 over 2 into this distance. We calculated the vertical and horizontal distance from -7 to -2. So we have -2 minus -7 absolute value because a distance. So plus this one is from -8 to -4.25. So we have -8, -4.25 minus -8 absolute value times the vertical height, which is 3. So the distance from here to here is 3, because that is same as H1N1. H1N rather. Now this will be equal to 1 over 2 into absolute value of this will give us -2 plus 5 plus 7, then plus -4.25, 84.25 plus 8, -4.25 plus 8. So times the vertical height, which is 3. Now we simplify this further. To obtain 1 over 2 into 5 plus this one will give us 8.75, 3.75 rather, 3.75 times 3. So this will give us 1.5 times 8.75. Then when you multiply this out, you are going to get 13. So this time this will give us 13.125. 13.125. So now to 1 decimal place we have 13.1 centimeters squared. 13.1 centimeters squared. Now don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And share with your friends so that I'll be motivated to do more videos and upload them fast. So subscribe now and share with your colleagues. Because sharing is caring. So once again, if you want the solution to the other questions or the other questions, there's a link in the video description. You can click it and you can get access to the solution to the other questions. Then before we continue with the question 4, I also spoke to you about the DVD, so you can get that one too, which will prepare you for your Wassce. So now we have the question 4. So we have this on interest, and we're given that this uh, we're given this question, and we know the principal is equal to 312.5. Then we're also given the rate, which is 4%. Then we're also not given the time. Then we're given the amount. To be equal to 500. Now we know that interest is principal times the time times the rate all over 100. So we know our interest, we just sub in the values, will be equal to 312.50 times the time times 4 all over 100. So this will be equal to 1250 times t all over 100. So 1250 times t all over 100, and this will give us 12.50 t. That is the interest in terms of t. Now we know the amount is equal to the principal plus the interest. That's the simple interest. Principal plus the simple interest. So the amount was 500. So this is 500. 500 is equal to the principal, which is 312.50 plus 312.50 plus the interest, which is 12.50 t. So we just solve this value for t. It is 500 minus 312.50 plus, which is equal to 12.50 t. So when we simplify this, we are going to get 187.5 is equal to 12.50 t. So we divide both sides by 12.50 t, and this will give us, we have 187.5 over 12.5. So this will be equal to, so our t will be equal to 15 years. Now the B part, we are supposed to calculate for some missing angle. So we're given all these angles, so we are supposed to calculate for angle PRQ. So this is 65 degrees and this is 48 degrees. We're calculating for angle PRQ. So let's do that. That is this angle over here that we are finding. Find this angle over here. So this is the diagram. We are looking for this angle. Arc RQ, or called RQ sub 10, 48 degrees angle over here. and this same chord subtends an angle in the same segment over here. So this angle too is 48 degrees. Now, this, you know that this angle is 48 degrees because the angle is in the same segment. We have this chord also. This chord also over here. This chord also over here is equal to chord RQ. So chord RQ is equal to chord SR, and equal chords subtend the same angle. Equal chords subtend the same angle. So we are basing our arguments on these two, that angles in the same segment are equal. Angles in the same segment are equal. Angles in the same segment are equal. Then the second one, so angles in the same segment are equal. So the second one is angles subtended by equal chords are also equal. So this chord is equal to this chord. So angles subtended by equal chords are equal. So angles created by chords of equal length are equal. Created by chords of equal length are equal. Angles created by chords of equal length are equal. So angles created by chords of equal length are equal. So chord QR is equal to chord SR. So the angle subtended by SR is also 48 degrees. The angle subtended by this is also 48 degrees. So the reason is because this chord QR also subtends an angle 48 degrees over here. So it is equal to that created by SR. So now we use the cyclic quadrilateral property So that's it, what we are saying, that this chord is equal to that chord. So the two theorems are actually the same thing. It's a tautology because chord QR subtends 48 degrees over here, and at first QR was coinciding with itself, that's why we have the 48 over there. Now we use the angles in cyclic quadrilateral property to find the missing angle. So 48 degrees plus 48 degrees. So all this angle over here, all this angle over here is equal to, plus all this angle over here will give us 180 degrees. So plus angle PRQ. Angle PRQ will be equal to 180 degrees. So opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral are supplementary. So we solve this for angle PRQ. We solve this for angle PRQ. So angle PRQ will be equal to 180 degrees minus 65 degrees plus 48 plus 48, which is 96 degrees. So 48 plus 48 will give us 96 degrees. So this will be equal to 19 degrees. So angle PRQ is 90 degrees. This question is very cheap, but I know the angles created by cos of equal length will worry most of the students. But I taught this in a video before the exams. I taught this in a video before the exam. So if you watch my videos before the exam, you should be able to score this question easily. So now let us look at the last question in this video. So I told you about my product already. You can download and use them. So click the link in the video description. You can also download. You can also order my DVD so that you can prepare for your Wassce exams. Now, we were given the matrices P equal Y832 and Q equal -3, Q equal -3, -5, -4x. Then we have R equal -59, -93, Z and 27. And PQ equal R. Find the values of X, Y, and Z. So now, PQ is matrix multiplication. Matrix multiplication, you can order my DVD or the tutorials on matrices and other new topic that you understand the topic very well. So we have P with coordinates with entries Y8, 3, 2. Multiplying Q. And Q is having entries -3, then -5, and -4, and X. Then this is equal to, we have -59, -93, then we also have Z, and we have -27 over here. So the idea is to multiply out the right hand side. So to multiply matrices, multiply out the left hand side, then we use equality of matrices. We multiply the rows entries by the column entries of the second matrix. So this one to take the other one. Now after that, we take the second row and the other ones. So let's take the first one first. We have y times -3 will give us -3y. Then 8 plus 8 times x. That will give us plus 8 times -4. So let me make it plus 8 times -4 rather. Then we take the first row times the second column of the second matrix. So this will give us -5y. So -5 times y will give us -5y. Then also plus 8 will multiply, plus 8 will multiply x. So plus 8x. Now we'll do for the second row also, taking the column entries of the second matrix. So we have -3 times 3 gives us -9 plus 2 times -4. Now we take the second column of the second matrix, so negative. So we have 3 times negative 5, which will give us, so we have 3 times negative 5 over there. Then plus 2 times x, which will give us 2x. So that's the multiplication for you. So it is equal to negative 59, then negative 93, then z. Then we have negative 27 over here. Now we simplify further so that we can equate the entries. So let's do that. Let's simplify further so we can equate the corresponding entries. So to do that, we simplify the entries over here. So negative 3y plus this will give us negative 3y minus negative 3y minus 32. Then we have this one too, which will give us negative, this will give us 8x minus 5y. Then also this one, we simplify this. If we do that, it will give us this will give us negative 9 minus 8. Then the last one over here will give us, when we simplify this, we get 2x minus 15. So we have two matrices that are equal. So when two matrices are equal, so this is equal to negative 59. So negative 59 over here. Then negative 93. Then we have z negative 27. So z negative 27. Now let's simplify further. So this will give us negative 3y minus 32. Then this will simplify to negative 17. Then we have 8x minus 5y. Then also we have 2x minus 15. So we can now equate the corresponding entries. So we have this equal to negative 59, then negative 93, then z, then negative 27. So now our work is almost done. So we equate corresponding entries. The easiest one to find for now is solve for z. So z corresponds to negative 17. So therefore we have the value of z to be equal to negative 17. Then also we have this negative 3y minus 32 being equal to negative 59. So we simplify this further to obtain negative 59 plus 32. So we have negative 3y. So this will give us 9 minus 2 will give us 7. Then 5 minus 3 will give us 2. So this will give us negative 27. Now we have -3. So divide with our -3. So we simplify this to obtain y is equal to 27 over 27. For this we can say that 27 over 3. So we'll get our y to be equal to 9. Now we look for the value of x next. So we know 2x minus 15 is equal to -27. So we solve for x, so we have 2x. Let me change my ink over here. 2x minus 2x will now be equal to positive. Sorry. So we have 2x equal -27 plus 15. So we have 2x being equal to, this will give us -12. So divided through by 2, we are going to get x to be equal to, divided through by 2, we'll get our x to be equal to -6. X equal -6. Now left with y to find, we'll find all the values now. So we have also used other entries to find the value of x, y, and z. These corresponding entries. So we have our x. We had our x to be equal to -6, and the y to be equal to 9, and the z to be equal to -17. So now let's look at the second part of the question. The second part of the question over here, it says that we should draw on a graph paper using a scale of 2 cm on both axes. So we are drawing the following lines on the axis using a scale of 2 cm on both axes. So we have our axis over here. So this is the x-axis. This is the x-axis, and this is the y-axis. So we level this 1, 2, then 3, then 4. And this one is from 1 and 2, then 3, then we have 4 here, 4, then 5. So now you are supposed to do this on the actual graph sheet. We will do that after this. So we have, let me draw this. So we have x equal 1 over here. Oh no, that's not passed through it. Let me redraw it. Let me redraw this. So we draw x equal 1 to pass through this. Good. Then we draw y equal 2 also. So y equal 2 pass through this. Then we are going to draw x plus y equal 5. X plus y equal 5. To find the intercept when y equals 0, x will be equal to 5. So this point over here. Then when x equals 0, then y equals 5 also. So these points over here, I think I've interchanged them over there. So it is the other way around. So we draw a line through these points, draw a line through these points. So we got in our lines. We got our lines. So we have x plus y, x plus y equal 5 now. Then we have x equal 2 here. Then we have y equal, we have x equal 1 rather, and y equal 2. Now we are going to shape the region. So to do that, we need to test for points that satisfy the inequalities. We test for points that satisfy the inequalities. So let's do that. Let's take the first one, x plus y. X plus y is less than or equal to 5. X plus y is less than or equal to 5. So when we test for the origin, 0, 0, it's the easiest one to test. So when you do that, you're going to get 0 plus 0 is less or equal to 5. It's less or equal to 5. Then this will give us 0 is less than or equal to 5. This is very true. So we are going to shade downwards. That is the lower half of the line, x plus y equal 5. Now for y equal 2, we shade upwards, the upper half, and for x equal 1, we shade also the right half. So the intersection is the region over here. We satisfy all the inequalities simultaneously. That's why the inequalities simultaneously. So this region is what we're talking about. Now let me show you. Let me show you what we're talking about. So if you do the thing correctly, this is what you're supposed to get. If you do it correctly, you're supposed to get something like this. If you do it correctly. So don't forget to subscribe to my channel.